Number 8.
A woman named Morgan owns a bakery in Virginia. For years, she has been sharing videos of terrifying things happening inside her bakery, captured by security cameras. And these things are still occurring to this day. Many might say that objects moving or falling on their own could be staged or pulled by strings. However, the footage we're about to show is completely different and seem very real. Morgan says she always finds plastic bowls that's shaped like a spider web in places where they shouldn't be in. This made her suspect they were somehow connected to the unexplained events. Hoping to put an end to it all, she decided to get rid of all the plastic bowls. However, a few days later, Morgan notices a spider web bowl laying on the couch where all the customers sit. Shocked, she reviewed the security footage to see how the bowl had got there. But what she saw was beyond terrifying and completely unexplainable. It appears as if the bowl had morphed out of a painting inside their shop. Watch the video and look closely. Morgan was horrified after watching the recording. It looks as if the bowl came out of the painting. Morgan now believes that a hidden entity residing in the bakery may be attempt to get back at her for throwing the bowls away. But that wasn't the only incident. Another security camera captured a similar, unexplained event. Like before, the camera captured something comes out of a painting, but this time, Morgan claims that what fell onto the floor was a small plastic skeleton. However, when you look closely, it actually looks like a soda bottle coming out of the painting. Morgan shared the video in hopes that someone could explain what's really happening inside her bakery. So, what do you think is going on here? Recently, a mother shared a video recorded by her home security camera. While reviewing the footage, she accidentally noticed something in the corner of her living room. When she zoomed in, she saw something that completely terrified her. But before this incident, the mother had already experienced strange and unsettling events involving her child's toys, events she had recorded with her phone. Some might say it's just a malfunction in the toys. However, the mother insists that this has been happening repeatedly, and there is nothing wrong with the toys. She adds that her child has started interacting and playing with an unseen entity. At first, she thought it was just a child's imagination. But what the security camera captured that day was so disturbing, it completely changed her mind. A plate suddenly fell off the shelf on its own, and then something resembling a humanoid figure appeared, moving near her child's bed. Fortunately, her child was not in the bed at that moment. The woman adds that she only has one dog and one cat in the house, and they were the ones seen on the couch at the time. She has no idea what that thing could be. So, what do you think it was? The following video was posted on Instagram and was reportedly captured by a security camera in a village in Brazil in August 2025. At around 11 p.m., a man heard strange and terrifying noises near his house. He went outside to investigate, but found nothing. So he decided to check the security camera footage to identify the source of the sounds. But what he discovered was frightening and difficult to explain. At first, a small, glowing object appeared, moving slowly. Seconds later, 3 luminous objects, resembling transparent creatures floating along the road. Moments later, they began to fade, until they completely vanished. The man believes that what appeared was not natural and could be related to the paranormal. So, what do you think? A woman named Akina shares videos of her daily life on her account, capturing every moment with her only child, Banco, since the day he was born. But on January 29th, 2024, around 2:30 a.m., while Akina was sleeping next to her child, she suddenly woke up to something terrifying. The door began to open and close on its own, but that wasn't the most frightening part. Akina later pointed out something that made the footage even more disturbing. When the door opened, she saw someone standing there. It looked exactly like her husband, but her husband was still at work. He hadn't come home yet. Akina stared at him, then got up to greet him. You can even hear the sound of the main doorbell ringing as the door was opened. Akina says her husband began to walk away, so she followed him, and then something truly terrifying happened. Akina froze in place with fear, and the door began to move on its own again. But when she went downstairs, she found the door completely closed. That's when she realized what she saw was not her husband. She ran back to the room, screaming in terror, and immediately called her husband, who returned home about an hour later. So if that wasn't her husband, then what did Akina see? And who or what was moving the door? This video was recently posted by a man from the Philippines on his TikTok account. He says that he and his family were asleep late at night when their dog started barking aggressively and non-stop, something very unusual for it. Worried that a thief might be trying to break into the house, the man immediately went to check the security camera footage. But what he found was terrifying.
Hello guys, Aji ko pala. Pinapakita ko lang sa inyo guys kung ano yung nakuha ng CCTV namin noong 2019 pa. Ayan, October 14, 2019. So, ngayon ko lang siya binidyoan or pinakita sa inyo kasi hinanap ko talaga tong video na to, yung record ng CCTV namin noon sa bahay ng parents ko. So, ayan, ipapakita ko sa inyo guys kung ano yung nakuha ng CCTV namin. Tingnan nyo guys sa 10:29:17. Okay? Tingnan nyo dito, may lalabas dito na parang usok. Tapos mabilis siyang papunta dito. Okay, wait natin mag 17. Okay, wait lang natin 17 seconds. Ayun. Okay, back natin. Back natin. 17. Tingnan nyo dito. Ayun. Kita nyo? Ulitin natin. 17. Ayun, sobrang bilis niya. Tapos yung pangalawang nagpakita siya is 10:30. Tingnan nyo dito, mag-20 dyan. Tapos sa time na to, parang lumalakad na lang siya. Tingnan nyo, parang usok. Tapos, nawala siya dito. Balik natin. Ayan. Diba? Sa mga hindi pa naniniwala na may mga espiritu talaga na gumagala sa bahay natin, sa labas man o loob ng bahay. So ito na, nakita ko na.
Out of nowhere, a white, semi-transparent figure suddenly appeared. It moved back and forth in the backyard, then vanished like it was never there. When the family went outside to investigate, they found nothing, no sign of anyone. It was as if the dog was the only one who could see whatever that thing was. The man believes that what appeared in the footage was a real ghost. What do you think? The following creepy video was posted by a man on Reddit, captured by a security camera inside his home. Late at night, around 4:30 a.m., while the man was watching TV, he suddenly heard a strange noise coming from the living room. Moments later, something mysterious and truly frightening happened. Let's watch the footage. At first, a handbag fell to the floor on its own. The man picked it up and placed it back, assuming it was nothing unusual. But then, the chair began to move by itself. The man claims that he has recently become constantly hearing strange noises in his home, and he believes that the house may now be haunted. What do you think? The following video was recorded by a security camera and shared by a man who claims he lives alone in his house. He says he had been living peacefully, but recently, whenever he returns from work, he notices that things inside his home have been moved and are no longer where he left them. So, he decided to install surveillance cameras inside his house to understand what was really happening. After a few days, he reviewed the footage, but what he discovered was truly terrifying.
Kaya sinend niya to. Okay. Kita guys, mas nakakatakot to. Tingnan niyo yung phone niya. Di ba patay? Tapos ito, kung nakita nyo, dumaan siya dito, and then umandar yung phone. Kita nyo? Pumunta siya dito, and then bumalik siya. Okay, balik muna natin. Then dito yung electric pa. Tadaan siya dito. Yan. Di ba? Nandito siya galing, tapos babalik siya. Di ba? Okay? Nandito siya galing, and then pumunta siya dito. Okay? Yan yung mabuti yung phone. Ayan. Ayan, bumalik siya. Tapos yung phone, umaandar pa rin. Nakikita nyo? Yung mabuti. Diba? So, ayan siya.
A dark, semi-transparent figure resembling a human shape can be seen moving inside the room. Some might argue that what appeared was simply the shadow of someone walking outside near the window. But when you look closely, you can see that the shadow first appeared inside the room, on the right side, and not from the window. This means that the figure is actually inside the room, not outside. What makes it even more disturbing is the phone on the couch. It seems to react strangely whenever the entity approaches it.
Ayan. Ayan, bumalik siya. Tapos yung phone, umaandar pa rin. Nakikita nyo? Yung mabuti. Diba? So, ayun siya.
The man now believes that what he captured is a real ghost, and that his home may be haunted. What do you think? The following video was filmed by a girl named Amy. She says that on this night, just before going to sleep, her younger sister came to her, completely terrified, and told her that she had seen someone inside the bathroom of their room.
Where?
In Paul.
He's tall? Do you still see him? Is he still in there?
Yeah.
Yeah? You want to show me where? In the shower? Okay. Are you sure you saw him?
Yeah.
Amy didn't find anything, but her sister was unusually frightened and kept insisting that she had seen someone in the bathroom. 2 days later, Amy heard a strange sound coming from the direction of the bathroom, so she started recording. For context, Amy and her sister share the same room, which is why her sister can be seen sleeping on the opposite side. Fortunately, she is asleep, so she won't hear or see the terrifying thing that's about to happen.
That literally fell from up there.
Suddenly, the smoke detector falls from the ceiling on its own, and in the reflection of the mirror, the bed cover could be seen moving by itself in a frightening way, as if an invisible entity was there, pulling it. At that moment, Amy panicked. She believes that these frightening events are connected to what her younger sister saw in the bathroom 2 days earlier, and that the house may now be haunted. What do you think?